Hi, everyone. Welcome to our session. Today is session 5 of Prosperity Healing. Put prosperity energy into your chakras. So let's start with an invocation. Today, what we will be discussing are basically right people. And to attract right people, we sometimes need to be the right person. So we will discuss that as well. Okay. So let's close our eyes, connect the tongue to the palate. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. Let us invoke to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother. We thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for your divine help and protection, for illumination, abundance, and prosperity. Thank you. Let's be aware that we as a soul have a body, have thoughts and emotions, and we have to take care of our thoughts and emotions and our body to have a good life. Okay, so let's do the soul affirmation. I am that I am. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God and I am one with all. Inhale and exhale. So, the reason we obviously need prosperity is because we have ourselves to take care of, our physical body, and we also have family to take care of, right? So, today's session is going to be on attracting the right persons in for the businesses, for your income, attracting the right job, attracting the right partner also. Okay, so one of the this is something that it was probably a forward or something like that, but it was very interesting. There was this picture of this lady and this son, and the son was asking the mother apparently that how do I get the right wife or the right life partner, and the mothers responded by being the person that you want. Okay, so let's say if we want something, that someone that's kind, caring, prosperous, gentle, then perhaps we need to be that person. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Okay, so let's start with that. So, what happens is that sometimes we have the fear of becoming greedy. Yeah. So, when it comes to prosperity, sometimes we have this fear of, more and more and more. And more is not a bad thing. Okay. Just think about it. If, like, the largest businesses in the world didn't look at getting more and more and more, then how are they going to support so many families in perhaps in so many countries, right? So there's got to be this perspective of, like, what does more mean and what am I going to do with the more? So take a few seconds and think, if you're going to get more income and if you're going to be more prosperous, then what are we going to do with the money? Okay, so that's important. Application of the money. Okay, what else? So what we're going to work on today on healing is, when we look at people, or we look at clients, or we look at customers, do we just look at them as like, oh, this person doesn't look like they're going to buy anything? Like if I have a retail store, it's like this person doesn't look like they're going to buy anything. I'm not going to spend time with them. I'm not going to be nice to them also. In fact, I'm going to just okay. So things like that don't really work well because it's the emotion, it's the thought of how we deal with people. So we have to be aware that everyone may not be dressed the way we want them to be dressed. They may not, wear the right kind of jewelry, or not right, but they may not wear jewelry, but they may not wear our kind of jewelry, for example, or wear our kind of clothes, but they still have a requirement. So if we have a business, then we need to be aware that the task of the business is to serve its customers. If we have a service attitude, then we are being the right person and then we're going to attract the right customers also. Okay. So what you want to do is, when you open your store in the morning or you open your business, it's a good affirmation to just basically say, Lord God, thank you for sending me clients who I can serve properly today. Okay, so try that. Okay, sometimes we have what we call the fear of success. So we do what is called self-sabotage, which basically means, so suppose I'm, this person who's not doing well right now becomes really successful. So if they become very successful, then how will life change? Sometimes we don't want to change. Maybe we can't play as much golf. Not that we can't, okay, but that's what's on our mind. It's like, maybe I can't play golf as much. Maybe I'll have more work. Or, if it's a homemaker, then it'll be like, maybe I'll have to handle two homes. So, we are in that process, we are actually self-sabotaging. It's like we're saying we want more, but at the same time, we are not prepared to deal with it. Now, of course, we have many tools in Aratic Yoga to solve this. I don't know how many times I've said this, but I'm going to say this again. From what I've heard, that Master Chokok Sui used to spend about 2 hours running his business. And he was an extremely wealthy person, a chemical engineer. And the rest of the time, he would do pranic healing stuff. So, it is possible for you to follow your interest and just work a few hours. You just need to get organized. So again, those of us who've done basic pranic healing, whenever spiritual business management happens again in your city, I would suggest you take that workshop. It's the eligibility is basic pranic healing, and in that workshop, we a lot of material is covered which can help us take better decisions in business. Of course, this Aratik Yoga and Kriya Shakti, but till we get there, there are a couple of other workshops that we have to help us along the way. What about fear of failure? Fear of not trying. It's like, what will people say if I fail? So, we when we're looking for partners, clients, customers, we want them to try something new. We want them to try our service. But are we willing to try new services? So be the person that you want. If you want clients to come to you, and if yes, even if they, and to try your service because you're offering something fabulous, then be that person. Go to places and try other people's services also, right? Law of karma. Okay. So the other fear also is that money will go away. It's like, yeah, okay, I want more money. When the money comes, maybe I'll just spend it. Or oh, I have so many expenses, and what's the point of working so hard, because when the money comes, it'll just go away in my expense. So do you see the facial expressions? Of course, I am dramatizing a little bit, but what I'm trying to do is to kind of explain how we think, and what is the facial expression along with that. It's like, do I really want to work hard? Do I really want money? Because it'll just go away. I have so many debts. So, it kind of demotivates us. What we are not thinking is that when that money comes, when we are successful, then there are so many more things that we can do. Yeah, okay, maybe we have to pay debts, or we have to, have some expenses right now. But once they're gone, life can be better, right? So, it's like you don't climb Mount Everest in a day. You climb it slowly. You first learn how to work at, how to get to base camp of Everest, and how you can handle being in base camp Everest for a certain period, and then you go up, right? So slowly, look at it as quantum leaps. Okay, life is not going to be moving so smoothly like in one smooth incline. No, usually it's probably going to move in plateaus, and those plateaus will give us time to adjust. Have faith. Okay, have faith. And if you've done pranic healing, then have faith in the teacher. If you've not done pranic healing, that's also fine. You can do it later. But have faith in God, or if you don't even believe in God, that's fine. Maybe you have faith in nature. Okay, so I'll just use this example. Like, when we plant a seed in the ground, it doesn't grow overnight. It takes time. And if we plant like a mango tree, then it's going to take, 5 to 7 years to start giving mangoes. If we plant a tomato plant, then yes, it's going to give us returns very fast. Okay, so the important thing to keep in mind, again, I'm just going to, we have a tree in the background. So this actually is a picture of the ashram, the GMCKS Aratik Yoga Ashram. And this green patch is where we do exercises. So again, I just thought I'll share this picture with you. It's just different from the others. Okay. The other concern may be that, will we become injurious if we are rich? Or what about when we say things like, that person, filthy rich? Do we say that? Why attach the word filthy to rich? They may be rich, that's fine. So the important thing is to bless rich people and avoid saying things like, filthy rich, or rich people are mean, or rich people don't care, and things like that. Be the person. So whatever wealth we have ourselves, let's learn to be charitable. Let's learn to share it with everyone in a nice kind of way, with a good attitude, and let's see what that does to our prosperity. Okay. The other fears that people have is fear of misusing money. So it's like, if I had money, or if my husband had money, or if my wife had money, she would just do a lot of shopping and spend it. Or I'm not trying to stereotype, I'm just kind of, based on the group that I know we have, I'm just kind of sharing some thoughts which usually come to us as healers. So again, I'm not trying to stereotype anybody, I just want to be aware of that. Maybe you have a spendthrift husband or a spendthrift wife. In fact, there was this one lady who came to me and she said, my husband spends so much money on things in the house, clothing for kids, so many things that we don't require, and they're definitely very wealthy. And so what I told her is that, look at it differently. Just look at it as, because he's buying all these things, all those people who are producing those things have income. So your husband is doing a service in a different way. And what you can do, that if you find that he's buying too much, then you can just start to declutter your home by giving a lot of it away. So whatever is not required, you can just start giving it away. It's a great way to do charity also, right? So again, just change the attitude of, from complaining to just look at the, change the frame. Look, just change your perspective a little bit sometimes, and that often helps, because then every time, let's say the husband now buys expensive things and brings them home, you're like, that's nice. That's a lot of people who have now got food to eat at their table because my husband bought this really expensive item, right? And then you can use it for as long as you need to, or you can always gift it away. So there are ways of handling things, is basically what I'm trying to say. Okay. And of course, there's the fear of losing money. I have so much money, I'll have to manage it, I'll have to invest it, I don't know how to invest, I don't blah, 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 blah. All these things are there. So, for that, we have a lot of financial advisors. Yes, they make a commission, that's fine. But, what we need to be aware of is that just because somebody else makes a commission, that doesn't mean that we don't need the service, right? They're making a commission because they're putting in that effort. So you can look around for an advisor that you're comfortable with. So what I'm basically trying to say is, like, if we have any obstacles in our mind, it's like, how will I manage my money? Will I become, if you have the habit of using the word filthy rich, then you definitely don't want to be filthy rich, because you don't want to be filthy, right? So just observe what is it that you yourself are going, what you yourself are thinking, and let's put that out there in our system so that the healers can work on it. Again, those watching this later on YouTube, I just need to let you know that you have to join our live sessions to actually participate and receive the healing. Okay, so let's raise our hands in blessing position. Let's be aware of the crown, the heart, and let's bless. So today we are going to bless the entire planet with prosperity. Let's be aware of the entire planet Earth. May every person, every being be blessed with tremendous abundance, with prosperity, with the ability to be the right prosperous person, to be the person whom the lords of karma would want to be wealthy, so that this person can serve others. Let us be aware of our own attitude, and let's bless ourselves with the ability to be the person who has the capability to serve others and therefore be prosperous. Let's bless all the wealthy people. May they be blessed. May their homes, their families be blessed. May everyone's health, emotional health, mental health, and physical health related to prosperity be blessed. May all relationships that affect our prosperity be blessed. Our clients, our employees, our co-workers, our supervisors, um, anyone else you can think of, even our house help, because if we didn't have house help and people to drive us around, the cab drivers, the auto drivers, the truck drivers, the bus drivers, everybody is helping us in our journey towards prosperity, right? So let's bless them as well. Let's bless everyone who has the kind of lifestyle that we want. Let's bless them with tremendous success, with prosperity, with healing, with abundance. Be aware of the crown, be aware of the heart while we do this. So, again, let's just bless our own targets. So, we had talked about writing down the targets on session one. We had also talked about writing down alternative sources of income. That was the homework. So, please bring out that piece of paper or remember that piece of paper. And let's bless all of this. Let's remember our financial targets, our health targets, our relationship targets, and our spiritual targets. Let's also add the date to that paper if we haven't already. But sometimes things materialize and we don't even realize. Okay, let's bless our homes, our workplace, the entire planet Earth. Let's invoke to the Buddha Kuan Yin for her divine, compassionate, purifying light and her soothing, healing energy to transmute the negative energies on planet Earth right now, to extract, externalize, and raise to higher vibrations all negativity related to the coronavirus and any obstructions to our prosperity. We thank you, Lord Buddha Kuan Yin. We thank you. Let's also be grateful to the healers, Saili Patel, Zankhana, and myself, who have channeled healing for you. Of course, the Supreme God is the source of all healing. Okay, so with that, we will now move on. So thank you everyone for joining our session. This was session 5. We have 5 more to go. So if you know someone who is, looking for guidance for, receiving payments, debt outstanding, thinking of new things and new businesses, you can definitely bring them to this session. We will be having 2 sessions, which will be at 6 p.m., which will be, I think, on the 13th and the 14th of this month, while I'm conducting self-pranic healing workshop with Webhub. So, if they find 4 o'clock not too convenient, they are most welcome to join us at about 6:30. Okay. So with that, we'll end today's session. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the meditation, and just be aware that when a lot of us meditate together, that's what makes the energy very powerful. And for those joining us later on YouTube or a recording, please join us for our live sessions. Our details are below. Okay. So with that, we'll end. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us.